welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you 5 things that should define you as a woman. Many times women make this mistake of building their lives around things that basically can be taken away from them. What do I mean? Many times, if you look at a woman and you ask her, what are the 3 most important things for you? The woman will begin with maybe her husband, her children, then maybe her job. Commonly, commonly, asking you that question, what are the top 3 things that come to mind? Even me, I fall into that trap a lot of times where I feel like, oh, I can't just do without my family. In fact, to even get my kids to like, maybe if me and my husband want to have some time alone, just to get them to stay with my parents, I can't even survive that for 24 hours. So it's tough most times because as women, those are the things that matter to us, of which, in all honesty, they are legitimate things and it's actually not bad. But the question I have for you today is what happens when your husband is no longer in the picture, either because you lost him, like he died, or maybe the marriage became rocky or something happened and you people are just no longer together. What happens in those kind of scenarios? So, even when there's a loss of a child, for instance, and your kids are no longer there, what happens to your life? Does your life end? So, the importance of knowing these 5 things is so that even when these tangible things of family, work, and whatever is no longer in the picture, you will know that your life is more than those things. So, the first thing that should define you as a woman is your relationship with God. One thing you need to know is that God never fails. God is the constant K in every equation of life. My pastor will always say that. In other words, God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. God ain't going anywhere. Not at all. He's not going anywhere. So imagine defining your life by your relationship with God. Even when you waver, you can be 100% certain that God will always be there by your side. He never leaves you nor forsake you. So the question I have for you today is, do you have a relationship with God, a true relationship with God, where you make God your everything, where everything you do, everything you have, everything you own is defined by what God says about you and what God thinks about you? So the first thing that should define you as a woman is your relationship with God. And the next thing that should define you as a woman is your relationship with yourself. The moment you leave, that is, you die, you are no more. So if every other thing in your life leaves and you become a shadow of yourself, you don't have a relationship with yourself, you don't have principles, you don't have values, you don't have a good self worth, then of what use is that life? So you know God is constant in your life. Another constant thing or near constant thing is you. So you need to have a relationship with yourself. Get to invest in yourself. Build the right values and principles. What are you known by? When people mention your name, what do they know you for? One word I know I loved and cherished so much while growing up was the word integrity. If you check my books, people that know me from far back as secondary school and university will know this. If you check my books, you would see that I would write integrity, because for me, that was a value that I loved and I wanted to be known for and stand by. My yes should be my yes, my no should be my no. I want to be a person of integrity. So the question I have for you is, what are your values? What principles define your life? What are you known for? Build a relationship to yourself where you cultivate the values and principles that you want to be known for and live them out. The next thing is your relationship with people. Many times, women are just bound by only their relationship with their immediate family, and they don't necessarily have a good relationship with others. When I say relationship, I don't mean superficial relationships, I don't mean acquaintances. In fact, this is one thing that I personally want to be intentional about, because when you look at me, if I name the number of friends I have, in all honesty, I don't think they're up to 10. But I should be able to have quality relationship. It's not about the quantity now, it's about the quality. The relationships that you have, how quality are they? What should define you should be the quality of your relationship, because they always say that your network is your net worth. There's something about the power of the name of someone. What may open doors for you may not be your name, it may be the name of someone that you know. So we need to invest into building quality relationships as women, relationships that can stand the test of time. Sometimes you see women that almost on a regular basis they are changing friends. You should be able to have certain friendships that can stand for years. In the last 10 years, in the last 20 years, that relationship is still standing. That doesn't mean you have to speak with them on a daily basis. You have to know every single nitty gritty about them. But that relationship should be maintained, it should be solid. The fourth thing that should define you as a woman is your influence, the power of influence. You truly know how valuable you are when people feel your value. When people feel your value. You know, something happened some time back where I had some staffs working for me, and there was this season of my life that my income was a bit interrupted. And I told them, I was open to them. I was like, this is the situation of things. I can't guarantee that I will be able to pay you at the end of the month. So I just thought I should be open to you. So please, I would be pausing your services, but I would really appreciate that when I call you back on board, you are available because I've enjoyed working with you. Do you know the response I got? This is a sad news. It's been a great privilege working with you. I don't mind working. Then when you can pay me, you pay me. After all, I'm learning in the process. And I'm like, what? These were people that I had known under 6 months. They had worked with me for less than 6 months. That is the power of influence. So, who is your life influencing? You know, I used to be a very reserved person, very quiet, not social media friendly, very introvertish, like extremely introvertish. I rarely really air my opinion outside or share or just come out of my shell. I think that's the right word. Until I discovered a sense of purpose. So that's one thing about influence. When you have a sense of purpose, it drives your influence. The moment I discovered the sense of purpose, I became more vocal about the things that were brewing within me. And that's the power of influence. Influence makes you live a life of impact. People feel your presence. People feel what comes out of you, either by your words, either by your actions. So you can't afford to live just to exist and to for your immediate family and your few friends. No, the world must feel you. So if today you are just existing, determine within you that you're going to discover a sense of purpose and you're going to begin to pursue it, because the world has to feel what you've got. That is the life of influence. And the last thing that should define you as a woman is a life of legacy. What will you be remembered for when you are no more. When you die and it's all said and gone, what will the world remember you for? What will your family remember you for? What will your friends remember you for? The life of legacy is a life that stands the test of time and outlives you even when you are no longer alive. You hear certain names like Catherine Coleman, you hear certain names like Jesus. Let me start with the basic. You hear certain names like Billy Graham, all those names, Kenneth Hagin, and you wonder, why is A.W. Tozer? You hear those names and you wonder, why is this name still relevant? Why is it that after maybe 20 or 30 years of someone dying, their books, I can still pick them up and read that book and it makes a strong impact? That is a life of legacy. You can't afford to just live and die and your name ends there. Determine today that you will live a life of legacy. So, with these five things, if you can ensure that your relationship with God is intact, your relationship with yourself is always up to date, your relationship with people, building strong networks, and living a life of influence and impact, and building a lasting legacy. Trust me, your definition as a woman will be one that will be one to reckon with. I encourage you today to take hold of these five things and begin to redefine who you are as a woman. Have you subscribed to my YouTube channel yet? If you haven't, please kindly click the subscription button for more helpful and relatable content that has to do with women's lifestyle and health. Thank you and see you in my next video. Bye.